A lot of people glorify this word called leadership, right? But at the end of the day, if you strip away this word leadership, it's all about relationships.
This economic downturn cycle has been there. It's almost every 10 years we get one. And that the current one is a bit different because it affects everybody personally because it's your health. Without your health, there's no you.
One of the key questions we always ask is, why must we always buy a home empty? Why don't options to have it livable right off the bat?
It's okay. It's okay to fail. My name is Hajeedar. I'm an architect by profession. Alhamdulillah, I've been quite successful in the practice and have quite a few projects that will bear testimony of my contribution to the built environment. For example, the original Bank Pembangunan complex in Jalan Sultan Ismail was the first of the high-rises in Kuala Lumpur, and to the Republic of Maldives in the 1980s when I built their national mosque in the middle of the Indian Ocean.
My name is Gavin. I'm the founder of the Makeover guys. We are a solution company for property players. Essentially what we are is we are makeup artists. We're great at giving the place a little makeover, hence we're called the Makeover guys. When it comes to renovation, it is a long process. I think there are thousands of decisions you need to make. There's so many materials that you need to choose from. There's so many things that you need to figure out. What we're trying to do is really figure out how to make the process more enjoyable, and ultimately better homes means better looking homes, safer homes, practical homes, highly livable homes. And I think in a nutshell, that's what we stand for, and that is why we keep doing it.
Personally, in my case, it gave me the opportunity to not only look at the journey that I've done and looking back and the lessons learned and the experiences, and to document them. 15 years ago, I thought when I turned 60, I should start writing my autobiography, which I never got on because they keep on telling me, we need your experience, so come back to work and things like that. So the lockdown, by the following month, I told myself, look, here's the time to finish out the book. So which I did. And it was published in October last year. So the book is out now. It's an achievement. My journey is ended in terms of documentation. But beyond that, we do not know.
I think it gave me time to relook at my priorities. It gave me the opportunity to spend more time with my family. It gave me more time to spend, my parents are aging. It gave me the chance to see how in bad times my team actually stood up and fought for what they believed in. I think to me, I thought that was a great blessing to have great people. It also gave me the chance to relook at business priorities, right? And it kind of really shaped the key strategies of our business this year. A lot of people glorify this word called leadership, right? But at the end of the day, if you strip away this word leadership, it's all about relationships. How do you let your friend know that you still care? You keep in contact, right? You just give them a call, you drop them a text. So it's the same thing with your team. How do you let your team know that you still care? You have to be present, you have to constantly communicate, and in times like this, I think as leaders, suddenly we need to do a lot more because it's so much harder to engage, right?
So what I did very early in my practice is to just share my thoughts and philosophy is that I don't need you guys when I'm around. I need you guys when I'm not around. And by saying that, you get the leadership that will come from within them. And if you want to be a good leader, you must trust the people that you have with you, especially your second liners, third liners, because they are the one that's going to cover you when you're not around.
In terms of age, we may be one generation apart, but fundamentally, when it comes to leadership, when it comes to the foundation is the same.
Yes.
And today we're still talking about words
trust.
Like trust,
Yes.
right?
I've lost jobs.
Correct.
Work very hard with the client. The classic example which I've quoted in my book is that, we worked so hard, got everything done, but the client died.
Oh.
So here's a case I quoted as, you have a project, but there's no client. I can't talk to him about outstanding fees. So why make an issue about it? Just move on. Shukr, alhamdulillah, you are still around, you plod on. And that's the best we can do in life. It's okay. It's okay to fail.
I wish they knew that finding out what ticks and what works, what doesn't work, I wish they knew that it's a process. And sometimes we can't rush into that process. First, we need to discover who you are, what you like, and at the end, or if it's an investment property, we need to discover what works for that property, where it is, where the installments. Yeah. It's impossible. There's nothing left I can take. And then I'll just pull the bottom. All right.
You pull the bottom on your side so that it will fall to you.
I'll fall backwards then.
Oh no.
You won't damage anything. Let's go. I'm sorry.
Sometimes an architect's work cover a minimum of 2 to 3 years before realization, and sometimes 10 years, 15 years before it gets implemented. So the sense of achievement and fulfillment is a longer period. So the thing that I appreciate what Gavin does, his group does, is that they look at the problem at hand and try to come out with as quickly as possible a solution that is acceptable not only to their taste, their lifestyle, and their budget.
What I really like about architects and what Dato does is the impact architecture has on the city. Although you say the sense of accomplishment, it takes years, right? But when it's done, it leaves an impact. You spoke about heritage, you spoke about legacy. These are imprints left behind by previous architects.
Sure.
Right? And to me, that is something that I really respect and I really admire.
Because there's an oversupply of a lot of things in the market today. Oversupply of the high-end condos and apartments. So it's about time the investor says, okay, cut our losses, sell it cheap, and let people own and live in it. I think you will get more work. You'll be working with architects. That's what I meant. You can be a competitor, but in the end, you can be a collaborator.
Correct.
For example, if I have a client who has a lot of empty units, I will get them to be in touch with you and say, look, why don't you furnish all this? Let it out. And they can do it very cheaply.
One of the key questions we always ask is, why must we always buy a home empty? Why don't options to have it livable right off the bat? I think making the home livable, especially when you get an empty home, that is where the real strain, financial strains and time strains to young families really start. When you buy a car, you don't buy a car without any seats, right? And then on the pretext of, making it more affordable. like I said, the collaboration must start from the very beginning, and I see the future of homes being that.